This is breaking news.
Can't love him enough. Travis and Jason Kelce gush over Chiefs fan Brad Pitt. Heroes can have their own heroes, and now we know that Travis and Jason Kelce admire Missouri's own and Kansas City Chiefs fan Brad Pitt a lot. On their latest New Heights podcast, the brothers talked to comedian/rapper Dave Burd, aka Lil Dicky, about what it was like last year to have Pitt on his FX Star comedy series, Dave, a semi-autobiographical show. Dave has become known for glittery guest stars, Rachel McAdams, Demi Lovato, Usher, and Kansas City native Don Cheadle among them. Pitt appeared last year, more or less as himself, in the last show of the third season. Bird is currently taking an extended break from the show with no fourth season planned for now. The Looking for Love episode showed Dave and Pitt held hostage by a superfan who just wants to hang out with Pitt. Critics hailed the scene in which Pitt raps and gets shot by a crossbow as one of last year's funniest TV moments. His appearance was kept secret for months. Bird's conversation with the Kelce brothers turned into a giant love fest for the Oscar winner from Springfield, who gladly donned a Chiefs hat on a red carpet in 2020 after the team won its first trip to the Super Bowl in 50 years. First off, I love both of you. Brad Pitt is definitely the coolest guy I ever met in my life, Bird gushed. Bird sounded as if, months later, he still can't believe he got Pitt to do the show. How cool was it to get Brad Pitt on set? Travis asked. How did that even come about? Coolest experience of my life. Nothing's cooler. Dude, it was a cold email. I literally have never met him, Bird said. Shout out to Brad for answering his email, Travis said. Actually, showrunner Jeff Schaffer described the email as a passionate personal letter from Bird to Pitt. He told The Hollywood Reporter last year that he and his fellow producers dismissed it as another of Bird's pipe dreams. None of us thought it was going to work, except Dave, Staffer said. But it turned out Pitt was a fan. You never know, he seems cool, but sometimes guys, have personas that are really cool. Then you meet them and they're shy or just not fun to hang out with, Bird said. This guy was the man. I believe it, said Jason. And he was so nice to everybody on the set, said Bird. Unfortunately for Bird, their first meeting was a little awkward. When Pitt arrived, Bird was filming a scene where the stalker was creating a cast mold of my lower half, so I literally meet Brad Pitt fully naked covered in sludge with my **** outline visible, Bird said. And I have to go out to meet Brad Pitt. Bird said he wasn't sure when Pitt agreed to be on the show that he would actually show up. He responded to my email with truly an iconic response, metaphorically saying he would be there to the point where I didn't know if it was real or a joke or what. He said, I asked his agents, is this real? And they were like, yes. But you have to see him show up to believe this is actually going to happen. Brad Pitt is going to come on my TV show. Hasn't done TV in 30 years. It's actually been more recent than that. Pitt has been nominated for 2 acting Emmy Awards, both for guest roles. The first was in 2002 for a role on Friends. He and Friends co-star Jennifer Aniston were married at the time. The second came in 2020 when he played Dr. Anthony Fauci for Saturday Night Live at home during the pandemic. It wasn't a brief cameo where I see him in a bar and say, hey Brad, and he's like, yo. He was there shooting 4 nights from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m., giving me every single hour. That's love, bro, Travis interjected. Bird said he tried to avoid keeping Pitt for long hours on set. He had a man that looked just like Brad from behind wearing the exact same clothing that Brad would wear for certain camera shots. I gave Brad every out, you don't have to wait around at 3 a.m., and he was like, I would never go. He was insulted at the question, Bird said. You can't love him enough, Travis said in awe. A tremendous person, said Jason. Brad Pitt is the LeBron, Michael Jordan of film. I'm sitting with him on set and I'm giving him direction and he's respecting my opinion and believing in my vision. There's nothing more gratifying as a filmmaker, ever. I couldn't believe it. I'm thrilled. I'm so thankful. I love you, Brad.